Welcome to Jimmy Bowen and Friends. Each week's episode features Jimmy Bowen and a special guest like John Barry, Tyler Reese Trent, Keith Anderson, and more. Today's guest is Steve Dorff. Now, here's Jimmy Bowen.
There's a new kind of music going round. It's known as the boogie grass sound. So grab your partner and swing her around and dance to the boogie grass sound. I love to hear Bill sing about Kentucky and the Allman Brothers rambling man. We put the music all together, so dance to the boogie grass band. When my daddy played the banjo and song fiddle too, he taught me how to sing and play for you. I've got that bluegrass in my soul and my rhythm in my feet, so dance to that boogie grass band. Well, I love to hear Bill sing about Kentucky and the Allman Brothers rambling man. We put the music all together, so dance to the boogie grass band. Well, I love to hear Bill sing about Kentucky and the Allman Brothers rambling man. We put the music all together, so dance to the boogie grass band.
Well, thank you, and welcome to the show. We've got an exciting night for you guys. We have a songwriter extraordinaire. It's been an honor to get this gentleman here. He has written for some tremendous artists. We have Mr. Steve Dorff with us tonight, and we are so looking forward to hearing him tonight and learning about what Steve's been up to. So you guys hang out with us, and we'll be right back after these few messages.
There's more Jimmy Bowen and Friends coming up right after this short break. Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and Friends.
Well, welcome back. Welcome back to the show, guys. Our guest tonight, this gentleman has a very interesting story, how he got into business, and what a songwriter extraordinaire. We're going to go into the fabulous artists that he has written for, and a great keyboard player in his own right, and what a writer, Mr. Steve Dorff.
Steve, thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jimmy.
I appreciate you so much taking time and coming out and visiting with us.
Yeah,
and sharing your talent and what's been going on with Steve here in the last few years. But we have to mention some of these extraordinary artists that you have written songs for. I'm just going to name a few. Barbra Streisand, Whitney Houston, Celine Dion, and George Strait, and there's so many more. So what is it for you? What is it like working with top performers like that?
Well, I usually have a panic attack before and after. I've been so blessed to have worked with the greatest voices of this generation, or any generation, really. They bring so much to what I do. You know, I mean, after you hear me sing, you know why you never heard me on the radio. But it's fun to work with extraordinary voices and hear what they take from what I've given them, and they just elevate it to a place where I could never have imagined.
Yeah. That's something. That is great. Well, you have also worked with everybody probably here, and even watching. They're one of their most favorite actors, the Clint Eastwood himself. So tell us about you working with Clint.
Well, again, I happened to get a phone call one night from a music supervisor of a film, and he said, "I need a song called Every Which Way But Loose." And I said, "What does that mean?" And he said, "I don't know, but just it's about a guy who goes around in an old pickup truck, beats people up, and has a pet orangutan." I said, "Oh, that's very helpful." So I wrote the song that night and went in and played it for the producer the next day, and he picked up the phone and said, "We're going over to play this for Clint." And that was the first time I'd met him, and he loved the song. And that was really my first big break, you know. Yeah. Was having Eddie Rabbitt record Every Which Way But Loose, and Clint had me score the movie, and I ended up doing 5 in a row for him. And
oh man, that is.
He just turned. I think Clint just turned 92.
Yeah.
And he's awesome. I mean, he's. I learned so much from him in all aspects of the filmmaking process, including the music.
Yeah. So, well, tell us about another amazing artist you've worked with. Your relationship with Mr. Kenny Rogers. Through the years, how did that come about?
Well, the true story is that Lionel Richie was holding that song for he was going to do it with the Commodores, and he was also producing Kenny. Kenny was the hottest guy on the planet at the time, and they had a song meeting, and apparently Kenny was not liking what was being pitched to him, and he was maybe just having a bad day, and was not really loving anything. And Lionel said, "Hey, let me play this song that I'm holding for myself. But if you like it, at least we'll get a direction as to what you might want to do on the new album." And he started playing this song for Kenny, and about midway through the chorus, Kenny's wife came through the living room and walked over and said, "Kenny, you're doing this song." And Lionel said, "Well, no, actually, I was just playing it for Kenny to get a feeling if he would like this kind of a song." And long story short, they had a tug of war. I think Kenny outweighed Lionel by about 300 pounds at the time. I got the best of both worlds, Lionel Richie producing Kenny Rogers. But right there shows the serendipity of this business. If Kenny's wife had not been home, or if she had been sleeping or in the kitchen or wherever and hadn't walked through at that specific moment, that's the song would have never happened.
Talk about being at the right place at the right time. Yeah. There you go. There you go. We're here to perform for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steve Dorff.
Well, since we were talking about Kenny, maybe I'll do this one. I can't remember when you weren't there, when I ever cared for anyone but you. I swear we've been through everything there is. I can't imagine anything we've missed. Can't imagine anything that
two of us can't do. Through the years, you never let me down. You turned my life around. The sweetest days I found with you. Through the years, I've never been afraid. I love the life we made, and I'm so glad I stayed right here with you. Through the years, I can't remember what I used to do, who I trusted, who I listened to before. I swear you taught me everything I know. I can't imagine needing someone so. But through the years it seems to me I love you more and more. And through the years, through all the good and bad, I knew just what we had. I've always been so glad to be with you. Through the years, it's better every day. And you kissed my tears away. And as long as it's okay, I'll stay with you. Through the years, through the years when everything's went wrong, together we were strong. I knew that I belonged right here with you. Through the years, I've never had a doubt. We'd always work things out. And I've learned what love's about by loving you. Through the years.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't go away. Jimmy Bowen and Friends will be right back. Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and Friends.
Steve, that's awesome. Well, this next song, I think you're going to do tonight, but Across My Heart. That was a big George Strait hit, wasn't it?
It was, and the story behind it is, and I'll tell the short version, is that because most people don't realize how long it takes for, by the time I'm sitting writing a song in a dark little room at the piano to the time they hear it on the radio. In the case of I Cross My Heart, it was almost 6 years, 6 or 7 years, and recorded, turned down by a slew of artists, recorded by Bette Midler first, really? And it didn't make her album, which sent me into 3 years of songwriter therapy. But I finally got the opportunity to play it for George because I was doing the movie Pure Country. I was doing all the music for that film. And when George first heard it, he kind of liked it, but didn't really feel like it was him, you know, because he was coming off All My Exes Live in Texas and all those great country songs. And I Cross My Heart, really, it's not, you know, I never try to write a country song or a pop song or an R&B song. I just try to write a song and let the artist and the genre kind of come out of who the artist is that's recording it. And so George agreed to do it, and we made the great record because it was the right, perfect marriage between the right artist and the right song.
Are you going to do that tonight? You going to do that?
Sure.
Or did you have something else you wanted to do?
No, I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steve Dorff.
Thank you.
Our love is unconditional. We knew it from the start. I see it in your eyes, and you can feel it from my heart. From here on after, stay the way we are right now, and share all the love and laughter that a lifetime will allow. I cross my heart and promise to give all I've got to give to make all your dreams come true. In all the world, you'll never find a love as true as mine. You will always be the miracle that makes my life complete. And as long as there's a breath in me, I'll make yours just as sweet. As we look into the future, it's as far as we can see. So let's make each tomorrow be the best that it can be. I cross my heart and promise to give all I've got to give to make all your dreams come true. In all the world, you'll never find a love as true as mine. And if along the way we find a day it starts to storm, we've got the promise of my love to keep you warm. In all the world, you'll never find a love as true as mine. A love as true as mine.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much. Thank you.
We'll be back with more Jimmy Bowen and Friends in just a moment. Welcome back to Jimmy Bowen and Friends.
Well, welcome back, folks. What'd you think about Steve? Woo! Can you believe the artist he was written for? Man. He's a great, great writer, and we so appreciate him stopping by. We're going to end the show tonight with an old country tune, and we hope that you enjoy it. And you guys, we appreciate you coming with us tonight, and we'll catch you on the next show.
Change a single thing about you if I could. The way you are just suits me to a T. A princess in a storybook, a king upon his throne. That's what we are, you belong to me. I wouldn't change you. Upon a star, an angel sent from heaven, wherever that's good. You're perfect just the way you are. I wouldn't change you if I could. I leave them as they are, and come what may, I'd never change a thing. And if I were a potter and you a piece of clay, the only thing I'd change would be your name. I wouldn't change you if I could. On a star, an angel sent from heaven. You're everything that's good. You're perfect just the way you are. I wouldn't change you if I could.